Whew. Biden was sleeping. Yeah, I know. Biden was sleeping. See, I should do a whole segment of just sleeping. See, good old Joe, 30330 yesterday was asleep. He's asleep. He was tired. Of all days on Memorial Day, which, let's face it, in this country, that's no. Why are you sleeping, buddy? Well, I guess old man Biden was tired. He was sleepy. You know, a sleepy Joe Biden nods off midway through a Memorial Day ceremony. See, now if Trump did that, boy, oh boy, would the liberals be fuming at the mouth. But here we go. There he is. There's our president. Just there. He's just resting his eyes. Okay, he's moving. He's moving. All right, come on, man. Someone get him a Red Bull. Somebody do something. Biden, hang in there, buddy. He's just so tired. And yes, I'm muting it because there's some music being played. Hang in there. Hang in there, buddy. Wake up. Wake up. But he looks so tired. I mean, honestly, this is the leader of the free world. It's Great Britain. Our mighty leader. Just closing his eyes. Commander in sleep from Mastermind Hour. Let's see. Take me to your leader. Take me to your leader. He's sleeping right now. Oh, man. Our mighty leader, folks. Somebody do something. He's asleep. Our leader is asleep. The great leader of the free world. The great leader of the free world. Sleeping. Sleeping the whole time. And that's what's supposed to inspire confidence. So I want to pull up this article here. A video appearing to show President Biden with his eyes shut for an extended period during the Memorial Day event on Monday has been widely shared on social media with conservative activists alleging he was sleeping during an address by Secretary of Defense Lloyd Austin. Biden commemorated the Memorial Day at Arlington National Cemetery on Monday, where he laid a wreath on the tomb of the unknown soldier as part of an annual show of respect. Ahead of their likely presidential rematch in November, Donald Trump, 77, has focused heavily on cognitive faculties of 81-year-old Joe Biden, branding him Sleepy Joe, but he is. However, the presumptive Republican presidential nominee has been accused of falling asleep himself during his ongoing hush money trial in Manhattan. So, look, pal, these guys are old. They're in some buildings. They're probably falling asleep. All right. After all, hey, everybody's been asleep at the wheel. So why be professional now, right, folks? On X, formerly known as Twitter, a number of conservative leaning accounts shared a 48-second clip in which an unknown person zooms in on Biden during television coverage on a Memorial Day event. An unidentified woman's voice can be heard saying, "Look, Biden's sleeping. His eyes have been closed about 30 seconds. Do you think the media are going to use this? He's going to drool. Wake up, Biden. Wake up, Biden. Wake up, buddy. Wake up." That's our president. But however, what does this mean in the long run? Democrats are in full-blown freak out over Biden. I know the Democrats are freaking out. A pervasive sense of fear has settled in at the highest levels of the Democratic Party over President Joe Biden's re-election prospects. Oh no, even among office holders and strategists who had previously expressed confidence about the upcoming battle with Donald Trump. Of all people, Trump. All year, Democrats have been on a joyless and exhausting grind through the 2024 election. Well, gee, Democrats, this all could have been avoided if maybe Biden, I don't know, controversial statement in a 3, 2, 1, maybe followed through with his statement of being a one-term president, because then you wouldn't be in this quandary. And maybe your Democratic primary would inspire people to turn out more, and it would have been lackluster with Dean Phillips, Marianne Williamson, and Fat Tony. But now, nearly 5 months from the election, anxiety has morphed into palpable trepidation, according to more than a dozen party leaders and operatives. And you know what? To quote that scene from The Fugitive, I don't care. 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 And neither should any of you. And the gap between Democrats will say on TV or in print and what they'll text their friends has only grown as worries have surged about Biden's prospects. Oh no, so he won't be exceeding expectations. Don't tell AOC, she'll cry to Mama Bear. Joe Biden's good friend Bernie Sanders seems to be worried about old Sleepy Joe. You don't want to be that guy who is on the record saying we're doomed, or the campaign's bad, or Biden's making mistakes. Nobody wants to be that guy, but you have to be that guy. And said a Democratic operative in close touch with the White House and granted anonymity to speak freely. Because boy, oh boy, you don't want to fall out of line. You're supposed to follow orders. But Biden's stubbornly poor polling and stakes of the election are creating a freak out. This isn't, oh my God, Mitt Romney might become president. It's, oh my God, democracy might end. That's what the article says from Politico. This isn't, oh my God, Mitt Romney might become president. It's, oh my God. Hold on, wait, I got to do ECW properly. Hold on. Oh my God. Steel chair to the head. Democracy might end. Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh my God. Democracy might end. Despite everything, Trump is running ahead of Biden in most battleground states. Well, you don't say. He raised far more money in April. Yeah, I saw that coming. And the landscape may only become worse for Democrats, with Trump's hush money trial concluding, and another one that's involving the president's son set to begin in Delaware. Nothing's going to happen. Nothing's going to happen. The concern has metastasized in recent days as Trump jaunted as to some of the country's most liberal territories, including New Jersey and New York, to woo Hispanic and Black voters as he boasted improbably that he would win in those areas. Gotta love the article saying it's improbable for Black and Latinos to vote for Trump. Listen, folks, I live in the city of Chicago. It's not a communist socialist utopia. It's a neoliberal nightmare. And there are a lot of people of all the colors of the rainbow, of different generations, guys and gals in that Technicolor Dreambook coat in between, who are pissed off at Biden. And I've seen a lot of Black voters and Latino voters who are saying, hey, I might vote for Trump or vote independent or not vote at all. But you know what they're not saying? I'm going to vote for Biden because everyone's pissed off at Biden and the Democrats, as they should be. Continuing on. While he's long lagged, Biden in cash on hand, Trump fundraising outpaced the president by $25 million last month, and including a record-setting $50.5 million haul for an event in Palm Beach, Florida. One advisor to major Democratic Party donors provided a running list that has been shared with funders of nearly 24 reasons why Biden could lose, ranging from immigration, high inflation, to the president's age, the unpopularity of Vice President Kamala Harris, and the presence of third-party candidates like RFK Jr. Donors ask me on an hourly basis what I think, the advisor said, calling it so much easier to show them, so while they read it, I can pour a drink. Oh, man, there's going to be a lot of alcoholics. You know something else, too? If this is the case, and let's say Trump does win re-election, first of all, folks, don't panic if Trump gets into the White House, because I'm not. You want to know what I'm going to do on election night? Guess what? You heard it. I'm going to cook myself a nice ribeye steak. I'm going to have a nice sweet potato. I'm going to have some nice side dishes, too. I might have myself a nice little dessert, pour myself a glass of wine, a glass of whiskey, and smoke a bowl. Well, that's it. I mean, I'm going to be the real winner, and all of you should be real winners too. I'm going to. This might be my last election where I'm going to vote. I don't know who I'm going to vote for. Right? I'm unimpressed with everybody right now. You know, Indy is saying none of the above, and you know what? The more and more I see that statement, the more and more I think, yeah, he's right. Point is, I'm going to eat well. But I got to tell you, seeing this, how this one advisor saying they want to pour a drink, there's going to be a lot of liberals crying. There's going to be a lot of vote blue no matter who people crying. And all what I'm going to do is I might even call up Daniel, be like, hey, Dan, you want to watch videos of people crying as they lose, as Biden loses? Because the thing is, we told people that this would happen in 2020. As soon as Biden was elected, we gave this warning, like Biden has to follow through his campaign promises and deliver. The Democrats can do some real good things. They could in theory. But because we know that Biden's a neoliberal Democrat, he was never going to follow through. And we said, like, hey, there's a good chance that Trump will run again and Trump could win. And so in many ways, this is like validation. Like, hey, finally, hey, we told everyone this was going to happen. And everyone was saying, oh, how dare you? Just like they said to me way back in 2016. How dare you say that Trump could beat Hillary Clinton? How dare you say that if Biden doesn't follow through, Trump will come back and beat Biden? Yeah. Yeah, I said it. What you going to do about it? I said these things. It's not my fault that Biden's a fraud and an idiot and a failure. It's not my fault that he surrounded himself with a bunch of clowns. It's not my fault that the Democrats don't have a backbone and they were never going to follow through. It's not my fault and it's not your fault. So if Democrats lose, it's on them because they thought they knew better and they thought all of you would shut up. So I'm kind of looking forward to seeing all these people pouring drinks and crying like, where? Trump's president again. Where? Let me tell you what's going to happen the day after. There's going to be a whole quote unquote new wave of resistance people coming out. All right. I said this before. I'll say it again. Donald Trump was the biggest producer of the anti-Trump industrial complex. Okay. All those vote blue, no matter who podcast, these resistance people, these activists, they're all going to be coming out of the woodwork. Everyone's going to be dusting off their pink pussy hats, putting it back on and say, it's time for us to do a protest ho fest. As you can tell, I'm very bitter and angry at a lot of these activists and organizers because I remember calling them out later on. As soon as the election was over, like, hey, guys, you're still doing this is it. It's like, don't worry, we have it all figured out. No, none of those people did. Oh, but they were quick to form up somewhere downtown Chicago and protest. A whole fest protest in front of Trump Tower. Gonna have that same action in front of a Democratic office? Yeah, no, probably not. So go pour yourself a drink and cry. Cry into it. All right. The advisor added, the list of why we could win is so small. I don't even need to keep the list on my phone. Oh, man. That sucks for you, baby. On the day news broke that Biden had trailed Trump in fundraising last month, Massachusetts Governor Maura Healey raised the pressure on donors as she introduced the president to a crowd of 300. Oh, wow. 300 people? The cluster of fundraising events Biden attended in Boston that day were expected to bring in more than $6 million for his political operation, but Healey said that wasn't good enough. To those of you who opened up your wallets, thank you, said Healey, a Democrat in her first term. We'd like you to open them up just a little bit more. F you, I am not. And find more patriots who believe in this country, who recognize and understand the challenge presented at this time because it's Donald Trump. They're freaking out. It's Trump. Trump's there. Trump's under the bed. He's in the closet. He's behind the wall. He's right behind you. Everybody freak out. Run. Donald Trump. The biggest threat of our time. Laughter ripped through the room, but Haley's voice turned serious with unusual urgency from Haley. The governor implored the room of high-dollar donors and local Democrat leaders to think long and hard, that's what she said, about the stakes of the election. There have been a few moments in Biden's term as president that haven't been second-guessed, and his aides have made sport of sneering at grim predictions, compiling dossiers of headlines and clips in which the president was underestimated. Biden campaign aides and allies point to some positive polls, including in the battlegrounds, and Trump's comparative lack of campaigning and infrastructure in key states, including staff, organized programs, and advertising. Listen. Trump, throughout his entire Republican primary, didn't attend any of the debates, and he still won them all. Okay? He didn't show up, and he still won. Okay? Because that's all what they could talk about during the primary debates, the Republican primary debates. Trump still won. He didn't show up, and the man still won. A Biden campaign advisor, granted anonymity to speak freely, stressed that the president's term never made any indication that Trump's hush money trial would help or hurt him. No, they were farting around thinking, oh, yeah, finally Trump can get arrested. We don't have to worry about facing off against him. No, that's the case. Not the case at all. Instead, the advisor contended that Trump will be forced to defend cutting back abortion rights, attacking democracy, and advancing corporate interests as president. Well, gee, the same thing Biden has done. What's the difference? Trump's photo ops and PR stunts may get under the skin of some very serious DC people as compelling campaigning, but they will do nothing to win over voters that will decide this election. Oh, I beg to differ. That Trump mugshot helped them out. Biden campaign spokesperson Kevin Munzo told Politico, the work we do every day on the ground and on the airwaves in our battleground states to talk about how President Biden is fighting for the middle class against the corporate greed that's keeping prices high, highlight Donald Trump's anti-American campaign for revenge and retribution and abortion bans is the work that will again secure us the White House. Good luck. Biden supporters who remain optimistic say they'd rather be him than Trump before rallying around abortion issues and reproductive rights. Representative Dan Kindle, a Michigan Democrat, called a fundamental game changer. Well, gee, Roe v. Wade died under Biden and the Democrats. So they're freaking out. They're scared. They're afraid. Biden's sleeping. Cats and dogs living together. Birds flying on birds. Mass hysteria. Should I be worried about the Democrats? No. Should you be worried about the Democrats and Biden's failures? No. No, you shouldn't. You see, at the end of the day, politics 101, be you a Democratic politician, Republican politician, independent politician, green, libertarian, you have to earn the vote. That's the key word of the day, earn the vote. And if you're not going to earn the vote, then the voter won't give you their vote. It's not entitled to anybody. Democrats, you're the ones that did this to yourselves. So you know what? Cry me a river.